Okay, so this video is strictly for number 3 in your jet streams and wind patterns assignment. If you are starting number 3 first and you haven't completed all of the other parts of this assignment above, then please stop this video and complete the beginning. This should be the last thing that you are doing for this assignment, which is why it is called Assignment B. So it says, complete the global winds diagram, assignment B. Use the diagram pictured below to help you create your diagram. Watch this informational video for more help, which is what you're doing right now. So our diagram that you're going to use is right here. Okay, you should be able to just use this diagram alone to complete your assignment B, which is this. So this is your global wind patterns model. And essentially you are really just using this diagram here in assignment A to help you fill this in. Similarly to your previous assignment, you'll notice on the outsides of your diagram, on the right side, there are icons that you are using to add to your diagram. And then over here is kind of just a checklist of all the information that you should be including in each one of these 6 wind belts. Okay, so you'll notice these are the same wind belts that you should have been learning about in the videos. There are a total of 6 here. So the first thing you need to be adding is you need to label the name for each wind belt using these icons over here. So that these first icons at the top. So there is one for each rectangle here. So hypothetically, let's just say I think that this top one is called trade winds. So I would shuffle that into that box. The second thing I need to do is color each wind belt a different color. So hypothetically, let's just randomly place these on here just to say that this is what I think everything is. Okay, now I'm going to color these rectangles. Now, I only want you using 3 colors, one for the easterlies, one for trade winds, and one for westerlies. So you'll notice, for example, these 2 are both labeled trade winds right now, which means I would fill these 2 the same color. The second note here is to make the fill color transparent, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So for example, let's say I want to fill this rectangle, and again, you'll use the little paint bucket up here, orange, which means this one would also be the same color. Now I have to make it transparent, and to do that, it's really simple. You're just going to highlight the rectangle you're trying to make transparent. Again, go to the fill color button, and at the very bottom, click custom. And here's the transparency slider. So you can just slide it down a little bit, and you'll notice it becomes a little transparent. I want it transparent so that you can still see earth behind it. So again, going to the paint can fill button, click on custom, and slide the transparency slider down a bit so that it becomes transparent. So you would do that then for all of the other ones. Again, the westerlies should be the same color and the easterlies should be the same color. The next thing you're doing is adding arrows to show the direction of the wind that the wind is blowing within each of these wind belts. And you will use 2 arrows per wind band. Okay, so that's what these next arrows are. You should have, your 2 arrows should be going in the same direction. I should not see something like this where you have one going one way and one going the opposite way. That would make no sense. So 2 arrows, so if I think wind is traveling in that direction in this region, then I would need a second arrow that is identical. And then I would need 2 more arrows for the remaining 5 wind belts in my diagram. And feel free to change the size of these if you'd like to make them bigger in some of the bigger areas, feel free. The last thing you need to add is one air convection current icon to the left of each of your wind belts. And that's what these last kind of circulating arrows are. So for example, if I think the wind is moving upward at 60 degrees latitude north and downward at 90 degrees, then I would put this convection current to the left of that wind belt. Again, I think it's moving downward at 60 degrees north latitude and upward at 30 degrees north latitude, then I would add this one again to the left. So you should have 6 on the outsides of each wind belt. Once you have all that information in, you should have no more icons left over here on the side, and you would be finished with your diagram.